I'm wary of partnering with Margret. I'm not against it, but I'm wary just because we definitely will have targets on our back, both having played before. Even though I specifically went out of my way to say we got out really early, like our faces weren't even in the later credits. Um, people, if you've played before, targets on your back. So I feel like that would be duplicative targets if we work together. But I'm not opposed to working with anyone at this point. I really like Joseph's energy and JB's energy as well. So we'll see.
Oh, is that
Oh
a
my
hamster or a
God.
gerbil?
No, this is a rat.
A
Yeah,
rat? What?
This is Truvy. Her sister did pass away like a month ago, but she's still chilling.
Groovy. I love that. I have a cat named Groovy. They could be like friends. Groovy,
I don't
Groovy.
know about a cat and a rat. We'll see. That's
Yeah,
that's a bit of
yeah,
a
that's
risk,
true.
but
That's true. But no, it's a boy or a girl.
it's a girl. She's a girl.
Oh,
Oh,
that's cute.
she's cute.
gorgeous.
Yeah. Pet rats are definitely cuter than pizza rats, although pizza rats have character.
Right? That's not Master Splinter. What do you feed her, JB? If you don't mind me asking.
Whatever, like there's this mix rat, not yeah, rat mix or something, and then
Oh,
plenty of treats, whatever they say is okay. Rats can eat a lot because they're rats,
yeah.
so they can get a lot of my leftovers. Ooh,
I hear
I
that.
kind of want a rat now.
I I'm getting a rat tattoo finally, and it's gonna be the one from that new Survivor tribe, Lavo. So I'll have the snake and the rat.
Oh.
Oh, sick. Nice. That's awesome.
Okay, she was sleeping. I feel bad. I've exploited her enough.
How's the experience feel for you so far?
The experience so far has been a little bit weird, just because again I'm not not a big Survivor fan, so it's just kind of not jarring, but it's like something a little bit more new to me. Like the process, I because I'm not a big Survivor fan, I'm getting a little bit confused when I have to go places and we have to talk about things because I don't have the process like memorized from watching the show. But I'll get it, and when I wake up.
I struck gold on the first time I got a fossil, so I only have one half. I'm still working on how to weaponize that. I don't want to be the first one because it might make other people feel like uncomfortable, like, oh, do I have to start saying what I found or not? And I don't think this first vote that I'm in a position to need to try to weaponize that. I would hope that that would be like a last ditch effort, last dig effort. But I definitely want to get the second one and use that information to my advantage for this tribe, but nobody's brought in theirs up yet, so I don't want to be the first on that.
Which was funny because right before I got pulled for confessionals, we were talking about the other tribe, and you just asked me who I wanted to work with. I do want to work with Erin from the other tribe. I think she's a big player, will be a nice shield, and on her season, she seemed extremely loyal. So I think that I'm going to try to partner up with her, but for the pre-merge, Beth and Emily and JB. So, yeah, that's who I'm going to be trying to work with this time.
Yeah, I mean the challenge was fun. Yeah, straight sweep. So let's go us. It was I think I was like less than a second behind JB saying check. So I'm glad that he messed up because then I could swoop in and get the point. And I'm also glad that he messed up because I don't know if I would have noticed the other S either at first. I don't know if I would have gone straight to fossils. So honestly kind of all worked out there. And yeah, definitely lucked out. But the other ones were definitely, they got harder and harder. Like I think Jurassic was definitely a gimme, so that was really good to get. And then the last one, the prehistoric, I did figure it out before anybody in the round called check, not to brag, but I'm really glad that Meredith got it, and I'm jumping on board with everybody else, being like, hell yeah, Meredith, that was so hard, never would have gotten that. So I think it's really good. And a sweep also so good for like tribe bonding. Nobody is here being like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I didn't get a point, like blah, blah, blah. There's no standout, there's no stick outs of like people who didn't contribute. So it puts us all on pretty even playing field. And I think, yeah, this is all really good. And hopefully this helps us kind of bond with Beth. Hopefully maybe she didn't have the best relationships with people on her starting tribe. So it gives us more options moving forward. But yeah, overall, very fun challenge, and very glad that not only did we win, but we swept, because I think that those are both great things separately. I think merge is 9 or 10. The hope is to just go strong with the swap tribe, and go forward with myself, Connor, Meredith, and Beth, and try and loop back in. Here's the thing. Again, I'm kind of praying that Brien goes home this round, but if that doesn't happen, we're gonna have to work with what we've got, and have to try and work with Brien, which I don't think will be too bad. I think that he's, he seems fine, but he seems like another. It just feels like the good players from my tribe are getting voted out. That's not great for me. So I'm hoping it's Brien over Julia. I don't think that that's a realistic hope, but if merge is at 10, we're looking at a tie at best, which is not super ideal. If we don't merge at 10 and it is at 9, I would consider throwing this next challenge if Beth is like 100% locked in with us, because then we could pretty much either, if we go with Tricia, we can pick between Ava and Joseph and vote one of them out, or if we go with Marciasaurus, we can pull in Julia and vote out one of JB, Emily, or Richard. But if Beth doesn't want to be with us and wants to be with her old tribe, then we're looking at a 4-4. So I think it would be super telling, but yeah, I don't know. So the plan is to hopefully just survive, keep surviving. But I think it's looking a little bleak, but I think that as the game goes on and as merge hits, usually the game opens up more and people stop looking at these original tribe lines as much. So I'm just hoping I make it to the point where that happens. But until it does, unfortunately, I think I have to continue working with Connor and dealing with his madness.
See, sometimes it's chef kiss when you get pulled, and sometimes it's the worst time.
Wait, talk to me about that. So rarely do we ever have people come in here saying they're happy they got pulled. So why, Richard, are you happy you got pulled?
am. It was man, I basically like got left in the room with the. It was weird for me. Well, it was good for me that I got pulled for this confessional because I was left in the room with the two people that we collectively were talking about voting out, and they're both like, "Oh, whose name have you heard?" And I was just like, "Oh shit, this is gonna be tricky to dance around." And luckily, you guys pulled me in at the opportune time, so I didn't have to like say anything. It was right on.
I just think it's funny that we want t-shirts.
Oh, I know. I'm so excited about that, actually. I love that. I can't wait to see them.
And they were designed by somebody in production. That's fun.
Yeah. I'm actually way more excited about that than like winning immunity.
Yeah.
Like getting a t-shirt out of it. That's so fun.
We merged, but we don't really think it's jury yet. So I don't know when that starts, final 2, final 3, like lots of questions still to be answered. But try not to get too comfortable in terms of like assuming jury is here or there, whatever. I also have the idol. I have never had an idol before, so I feel like it's almost a detriment at this point because I'm like, what if I don't play it? That's so embarrassing. But I have it, so hopefully that keeps me safe. And I think Erin and I are on the same page of not letting anybody know that we know each other because we kind of both were just like, oh yeah, nice to meet you. Like, oh, you live in Michigan too? What? No way. Like we've known each other for a while. So I think we're gonna try and keep that under wraps as far as I know, but I haven't told anybody. So hopefully that's a benefit to me because I know Erin's a smart player and I want her on my side, but I don't want to be linked to her necessarily. I answered like way more than you asked.
I think I'm an underdog now. I have a new lease on life. The new portion, having making a merge now, I'm super happy. I feel like I have a new lease on life. I should have been gone last round if Julia played correctly and probably and voted me like she was supposed to. I knew they were splitting the votes. And it was just a smart play, but Julia was unsure if it was her. But I don't necessarily buy that. I think Julia might have known that they were splitting the votes and might have tried to do this on purpose to get one of them out so we don't come into merge with our minority. And so I think my pre-merge game was just survive in advance, to quote Miss Julia from last tribal council. I was just trying to make sure it wasn't me in every single tribal. I get a vote. I don't think that's gonna change. People love to write my name down. I'm very popular with these people. And what can I say? I'm amazing, so I get it.
I think having myself and Erin as being like sort of, I mean, Erin much more than myself being much louder and more outgoing as far as like this game goes, helps a lot because then she can kind of, hopefully like sway some people's votes in our favor. Because really at the end of the day, it only takes one, and I mean two, like to the max to vote for one person out, right? So I think being split up into the same group as her and being able to win as much as we did, I think was like definitely a huge boost for us, or myself at least.
Okay, this is crazy because I've not heard like literally anything else. So I don't know. This could be what's happening or not. I hope this is what's happening for simply the fact that I have no other plan in mind. So whether or not this is really what I want is not really a discussion at this point because what else am I to do? But I hope it's you, so it's not me. Sorry. This could really come back to bite me, but I feel like if needed, I can expose how much we know each other and that we've played games together before and that we are like kind of IRLs. Like, I think exposing that she literally never does bad in a game ever, might be to my benefit because people have seen her play in the most recent long form of this and can see that like she can play, but just being like, I've seen her play much more than just this. And she's always that good. She's always that much of a power player. So I think if needed, I can throw all that out there. I think she will become a house target sooner rather than later as well, because people see that she's a big threat. Like, I feel like she's been around this world long enough that it's hard to hide when you're that good. But if she keeps snaking by, like, I will kind of jump in front of the train to get rid of her just because I think she will beat me. So I don't know.
Still want to work with Julia to a certain extent until she got to get cut. I had my three with Joseph and Ava. We haven't been able to talk, just the three of us. And I don't know how much I trust Joseph because he voted for me, and that's as much as I can say. Yeah, that's fine. He voted for me. He's got to go. You vote for me, you got to go. At least I'm gonna be considering voting for you. None of these people are my close allies. They all can go at any moment's notice as long as it's not me. That's all I care about. Little bit of a Sandra-esque game I'm trying to play. Got 5 votes so far. The most happened. Will this be the first time I don't receive votes? Only time will tell.
I don't even know if I'm sitting at the end. Like, I don't know how much of a chance I have to win. I feel like I've like been on the wrong side of votes a lot. I misplayed like the only good thing I had going for me. So I feel like all of my allies got rocked out. Like, I feel like it's been an uphill battle. So I can plead my case and I can tell a story. So I'm hoping that gets me somewhere, but I don't think I could beat Joseph or Julia at this point. I could probably out-talk both Beth and Richard, but I know Richard has rapport with the jury, and I don't know that I do. Like, Erin's sitting on the jury, but I didn't do much for her, but tried to save her and failed. So it's not like not like I'm doing the greatest in the jury department. But at this point, like, I'm just trying to get to the end and plead my case from there. But I don't know. I don't know that I have a winning game at this point, which is really unfortunate. But like, I've never done anything like this, so it was definitely a learning curve. So hopefully people understand that if I'm sitting at the end.
All right, hold on. So Julia is voting Ava, so that's 1 on Ava. Beth and Ava are voting Julia, so that's 2 on Julia. Joseph is likely voting Beth, so that's 2 on 1. So if I vote her, it's a tie, then I'll go out automatically. Holy shit. So there, I could go out on a tie automatically in like 2 or 3 different ways. Oh my goodness, this is nerve-wracking. I'm about to shit myself. I'm so sorry. Just give me 1 more second. If I vote with him and vote Beth, it would be 2. And if Julia doesn't play it, it would be a tie. Then it'd be me and Ava on the wheel. So at least someone else would be up there with me. God. Or I vote Ava with Julia, which she likely doesn't have. Then it would be 2-2-1. Then me and so either way, there's a 50% chance I'm going on the wheel. Oh no, I wish I had an idol. Okay, all right, I guess I'm just gonna have to pick a side. I know she won't hold it against me. I'm voting Beth